Hey everybody, Scott Schuler. Came out of the big North Woods down to the Twin Cities today to hang out with my dear friend and brother-in-law, Mike Koppelman. And Mike's been a writing inspiration for quite a while, and very talented songwriter and producer. And we're gonna hang out with him for a little bit and listen to one of his new songs. He's done some pretty amazing things in his career, and he's got a new band called Nobody from Nowhere. So, Mike, do you want to say hi real quick?
Hi.
Right on. Michael Koppelman, people. Why don't you play that song for us, and we'll talk about it.
Sounds good.
Here we go.
With the crow accompaniment. Go so fast that I can't see the scenery. Buildings instead of greenery. They won't let me run. Keep me comfortably numb on the wheel of their money machinery. Now I'm longing for wide open spaces. Gotta find myself quieter places. Set me free, set me free. Won't have your chains on me. Won't have your chains on me. Can't tell from the things I'm seeing. There's something out there worth believing. But they won't let me go. Just pushed from show to show. And I feel a part of me is leaving. Now I'm longing for wide open spaces. Gotta find myself quieter places. Let me go, let me go. There's one thing that I know. Won't have your chains on me. Set me free, set me free. Won't have your chains on me. Won't have your chains on me. Let me go, let me go. There's one thing that I know. I won't have your chains on me.
Yeah, man, great job. I love it. I love the crow accompaniment. You got a whole murder behind you helping you out.
I want to be part of a group that's called a murder.
Right? Maybe it's only one murderer, but
One murder.
but
Wants to murder us.
that's just one example of why I really appreciate Mike's writing and how great he is. Just a cool song. Yeah, I never wanted to tell you I was a fan because he used it against me. But I've been a fan of Mike's for 30 years. His old band Rain Tribe is an amazingly. He just put out an epic album that you can find called Ancient Spaceman on Spotify, right? That's out on Spotify. Yep. Is it on Bandcamp and stuff too? Or
Spotify and Apple Music, everywhere.
Right. So go check that out. So Mike, the new band, Nobody from Nowhere, is pretty new. When did you get that rolling?
I think in terms of projects, because some people would have been in the same band the whole time. I'm not that smart. So my new project's called Nobody from Nowhere. Yeah. And it's all new music. And I call it like Pink Floyd had sex with Chris Stapleton.
There's a visual for you.
Don't visualize that.
They're all sexy people.
Is this a kid-friendly channel?
Fuck yes. No. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, say whatever you want. We don't care.
Okay. But it's been a great project to work on. Our record is coming out in June this month in 2025. The first single is what I just played, but Nikki Lemire, who's this harpist from Duluth,
talented.
this phenom that everyone loves, including me, sings that song, and she just absolutely nails it. So it comes out this Friday.
Oh, she's doing the lead vocal on it?
She's the lead vocal.
Wow.
It's featuring Nikki Lemire.
I can't wait to hear that because Nikki's voice is angelic, literally, and that gets thrown around a lot, but she's the real deal. So
and,
pretty cool.
I just have this thing of like a white male talking about "Set Me Free" just seems a little like I wanted a woman to sing this. From the moment I wrote this song, I felt like it should be a woman singing the song. So having Nikki sing was like a dream come true.
And I love that because you and I have talked a lot about lyrics and not being overly precious about whether I sing them or you sing them or whoever sings them. It's kind of cool to be writing for the sake of the song and not. Sometimes it just comes across so much better from somebody else doing it. I'm not a vocalist. I like singing my own songs and I enjoy sharing them, but I love it when somebody else does. And I know you're pretty similar in that regard.
And as writers, some writers write from their own perspective all the time, which is great.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I like to put myself in other people's heads, so.
I do too. And I think that's one of the hallmarks of being a really good storyteller is putting yourself, John Prine wrote about a depressed woman wishing she was an angel from Montgomery.
I am an old woman. What a great first line.
It's one of the greatest first lines written by,
And John Prine was like, no one told me I couldn't do that.
Right.
Because you can do that.
And people were kind of like, what? It's pretty awesome. It's kind of like when Tom T. Hall first sang about crying, and that's how I got to Memphis. I mean, that didn't happen back then. Country singers didn't talk about their feelings. Talked about drinking a lot, and they still do, and so do we, by the way. But anyhow, Mike, what was the impetus for that song? Where did that did it start with a line or with a verse? Or?
It started with this guitar lick, which I write different every time. It's not like, but I wrote this guitar lick, and I have this disease, or it's a good thing or it's a bad thing, I don't know. But I was like, ooh, I like this lick. Who should I send it to? That's how my brain immediately goes like,
right.
Who would like this lick? Who could write a song on this lick? And then I was like, so I literally was going to send it to Burning Blue Rain, Lewis, my guitar player, because he's a great writer, great guitar player.
Talk about a kid that made a deal with the devil.
Like, you could do something like, go so fast, then I can't, and then I was like, wait a second, and then just the song just poured out of me.
Love it. And we talk about the magic of songwriting all the time, and so does everybody. Paul Zalo's book talks about all the great songwriters, whether it was Tom Petty or Townes Van Zandt or Johnny Cash or Bob Dylan. Nobody knows where this shit comes from. We somehow channel it, and that's one of the most beautiful things about it. For me personally, just the puzzle of words and trying to craft a really well-written sentence it's an amazing thing. So
it's a black art to paint with words.
Yep.
Because not every word has to have a direct meaning. It's a landscape. It's this, as you all know.
Yeah.
So I just love that aspect, and I love not knowing what my song really means. Like having to figure out what it means. Like, who is this person? What are they talking about? Like, I don't often know what they're talking about when I start a song.
Right. And that's the beauty, and that's also really cool. Another reason it's cool to let somebody else take those words and add their own part to it. I can't wait for the record to come out. What date does that song drop?
What date is today?
June 4th.
June
My birthday
6th.
Was yesterday. That's how I know.
June 6th, Friday, June 6th, 2025.
Right
Set
on.
Me Free featuring Nikki Lemire. So
Nikki Lemire. And then the record's out when?
6/27.
All right, 6/27. So again, I'm here with Michael Koppelman. He's going to be on probably multiple times because he's a badass.
What you're doing with your new channel, Scott, keep it up.
Thanks, man. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate you sharing. Cheers.
See you, man.
Peace, everybody. Thanks for joining.